Alright, Rick first up, he's got himself all the demons in the world versus Elo Instant Trinket. Full set of pets, another Gloom Hound. I think he got the Char Hound and a Gloom Fiend or Wild Fiend, whatever the hell they're called at this point, dude. I don't barely ever see those things. The big green one that looks like a lizard. Sorry, I had to start laughing because this entire week and past week before that, all I see whenever I am raiding is people spamming lizard, 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 over and over and over. That's all it is. Double figure spam onto Elo. Just not even giving Elo even a chance. Elo's just like immune, but like at what cost? Quick first aid, but it barely does anything. I don't even know what broke it. And a full Chaos Mother barreling down on you with a full on Doomguard. I mean, Doom Lord. Like, come on, man. Go Ares, try to see if you can waddle over towards Rick. It's going to be Reflect, AoE Fear, Trinket, AoE Fear onto Rick. Trinket's out for him too, so it's a Trinket for Trinket trade. It's going to be a lot of pets. Stunned and rooted. For the Guerreros can actually walk away from those pets, definitely should. Got him some Dark Ascension as the Doomguard does fade with a bit of that Void Volley, but Rick got him some full gateway out there. And Guerrero's taking a lot of damage from the Pit Lord, but it's going to be an opportunity for Guerreros to get some damage onto Rick. He's ramping up. Big Flame Sanity. As long as he attaches the Flame Sanity in the first place, he's going to be okay. He's so ripped out of his body. Reduces some of his damage. Quick silence onto Rick. Try to catch up to him if at all possible. Knocked back by Rick with the Dractyr Racial. The Wind Gust. The AoE Fear from the image comes through though. It does lock Rick down for just a second. Quick AoE Fear as well. Psychic Screams and Howl of Terror, dude. They're just having a yelling match on each other, dude. Just a debate between two casters yelling at one another. With a full Chaos Mother around the corner, still gets some damage out apparently. Guerreros with a stun. Rick needs to get him some damage, trying to see if he can get some lockdowns, but looks like Rick might potentially be running out of options here. Full Tyrant, still got damage. I don't know if he actually wants to hang out next to Guerreros. He's just gonna evade him. Anyway, if you're on those pets, stop some of that damage. Dark Ascension with that Halo. For Guerreros, he needs to get those flays in there. Mind Flay Insanities. AoE Fear for a second. He might be able to go for AoE Fear of his own. If he can ever close the gap with Rick, he's going to just get Fear spammed while the pets are in. Silence on a Rick, but that's a lot of pets on the Guerreros. Maybe looking for a Disperse. He's out in the open, just getting barraged from the back by that entire firing squad of demons. There goes a quick stun. Disperse right after. He has to go for a full reset here. But it does give him a lot of health. Gateway, and I don't think Rick is going to have access to Gateway for a while. Stun available for Guerreros. He does have AoE Fear too. So you could use that Fear on those pets as well. AoE Fear by Rick really quickly. Is that going to be enough though? Doomhound with a Fear yet again. He's summoning up an entire array of demons. Tyrant in 5 seconds. Might actually be able to prolong the entire set of demons if he can Tyrant fast enough. That glide ability gives him so much mobility, by the way. Just lets him hang out behind the pillar. Quick Axe Toss. Trinket out for Guerrero. Trinket is available for Rick actually. Rick is playing adaptation, not just a normal Trinket. So next Fear are Guerreros. I don't think it's going to stick, but I'm pretty sure Silence and a Stun should stick. Quick AoE before Guerreros can even draw a first blood there from behind that pillar bed. Just unable to really play the game. He just get feared into smithereens. Stun. Reflecting back on Guerreros though. That was a fantastic nether ward. Big meteor coming down. Guerreros with a Pit Lord and a Doomguard just getting blasted out from every angle. He got himself a little bit of damage, but needs a lot of health. Needs a lot of recovery. Axe Toss. It is over. Locked down, unfortunately unable to get himself much more than that of a setup. When this Meshka gonna be up next, Rick, we're taking the Gateway while Dark Pact is on him, is backing up out of there, trying to see if he can avoid the Rogue, but a cheap shot locking him down with a wall. That is going to be a huge counter to the Rogue's burst. He just goes for a Cloak of Shadows, continuing to build up the flagellation damage while Blades are still active. Full Tyrant is in play, and if you control the Rogue even a little, Axe Toss is going to be helpful. Maybe AoE Fear is going to go for a port. This Rogue goes for a step. Does rip the soul out of Rogue's body. He's going to go for advantage for a second. Does Mishrushka have enough CC? Fear as he closes the gap. As long as he doesn't have another step, he won't be able to reconnect. Does he have another mobility though? Does he have another step? He needs something, anything here. That's still a lot of pets attacking him right now. Another Gloomhound from a second Gloomhound going to be charging out. Axe does handle Gul'dan, and he's got a Chaos Mother around the corner. It's just over. Oh my goodness. I also noticed Rick does not look like he's playing with that tier set though. Unless I'm wrong. Into Leo trying to go for that grip, but the man goes in for the nether ward, reflecting the grip. Still breath connects, still mass damage. Silence port out for Rick. Is it going to be enough? Does he have a gateway? He's definitely going to have to use something to escape. Does have the gate to go the distance, but does he have the health for it though? He has a little bit of health. Axe toss, it's over. Yeah, Leo had to cut him down, but Rick does end up holding the fort. It is still a whole entire team one left against Leo and Saya. Saya, great Yamaga. I like it. I like the evil looking shoulder dragon heads, the skulls on the back, the big skull in your head, the skull in your belt, skulls in your gloves too. You just need a skull in your sword, man, and then you got the full combo. Holy mo! What about your boots? Do your boots have skulls? Yeah, missing the skull. You got spines, but missing the skull. Like, if you could get a sword with a skull and some boots with a skull, then you're literally skulled out, dude. Holy moly. Dive right in. Let's dive right in, boys. Dive into yet another duel. Curdy. Will Curdy be able to fight off the... I like your mock, dude. Look at this guy. I like the hat. Wait, is that the same hat you wore? I almost feel like the pirate hat or like a top hat, but like a really scraggly one. Like a really worn top hat would also match him really, really well. You know how a top hat would like try to like pop up, but if you like squish one side, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to like explain exactly what I'm talking about. But I imagine like a disheveled British man from like, I don't know, 1800s or something like that, right? Top hat kind of a thing, minus the monocle. Kind of like when people, even of like lower class, wore really fancy clothes kind of deal. Mad burst on for Leo, just breathing down the man's neck while I'm trying to figure out what kind of a top hat I think the man should potentially be wearing to match his mug. With then saying, gonna be up next, the Outlaw Rogue. There was a lot of bursts out of Frost Death Knight, and he's gonna try to see if he can back away from the Outlaw. Immediate Cloak of Shadows out of the Rogue, and Leo just waddling out of the AMS. Active evasion off of the Rogue. As long as you can just slow the Rogue down, Chain of Ice is doing the work for it. And Sail's gonna have a trinket. That's a lot of damage. Grappling around, killing spree's doing a bunch of damage if you cannot escape it. Leo looking for a little bit of death strikes, but we are hitting that 7-minute mark. So the amount of healing you can get at this point is pretty low. IBF to get out a cheap shot. Got him some bit of damage. IBF may potentially be looking at defenses here. Got him some Pillar of Frost for potential decent damage with obliterates. Maybe looking for a lot of healing here right now. Damn, those double obliterate crits though onto Insane with a grip to pull him back in. Does have another grapple hook. There's gonna be another grip. Grapple over. It's like a yo-yo going back and forth, but he cannot escape this completely. Still in combat, blind from a distance. There's still gonna be riders in play. Is Trollbane gonna be enough to take him down? Actually, he might be. Goes in for a quick obliterate at the very tail end. Taking him out with Syl gonna be up next. Syl Thrax the sub-rogue. And Leo, unless you have someone here, yeah, taking him out. Well done. You had the boy himself, Rick, walk in, absolutely decimating Team 2, and now it's going to be down to Saya as well as Leo to see if they can bring that victory back for their team. Sharkira, as well as Silthrax are going to be the last two left over for that Team 1. And they should have everything needed. Technically, Silthrax did burn some cooldowns, though. That's all Silthra Mag. Silthrax, I like it. I'd say I like it. The shoulders, they got like a whole druid, red fiery druid kind of a look going on. I really wish I had that full red like fire druid customization options too. I think that would match really, really well because then you'd look like fire druid of a Murdersil or whatever the hell that raid was, right? Y'all think of my transmog? Where are you? Oh, I'm on the wall. Did I escape? I'm stuck. Help! Help! I'm like behind bars, man. Behind bars of bones of wood. I don't know how I got myself in here. Can I go out? I can't even leave. Right? I can just look at the orc toes here, man. Help! How did I get myself caught in here? How far can I go? Can I escape here? Can go out here? Somehow I got myself caught between the floorboards, chat. Can I walk? Can't go through the wall either. Okay, that worked. That worked though. Bop instantly by Saya. Doesn't pick up the eye, but looks he's just gonna have the dot on the Rogue, try to see if he can force advantage out of him. I was expecting Saya to go pick up the eyes to try to see if he can get Rogue to burn advantage, to burn a big reset, but no, it is gonna be a blessing of protection trade. We'll have a bubble for later. We'll have a trinket for later in case he needs to. But Silthrax's got one of the many defenses he needs to get through Saya. If he wants to land the kill, wall for Saya to dampen some of the Rogue's damage. Stun is available. Saya will not have a Wake of Ashes for this go, but we'll have it temporarily. momentarily. Does pick up the ice. If the rogue wants to escape, he won't be able to. Clock shadows for the rogue. Try to see if he can keep the pressure on to Saya. Saya just trying to see if he can just live right now. The rogue is not really playing full reset. He's spaghetti here. And Silthrax needs to get some, needs to have some dots for Saya to be able to catch him up easily. Oh, there's your Mog. I just say your body for a second. If I can double back to that in a second. Once they're done trying to kill each other, they can take a look at your Mog. Or maybe just next game, right? Stun! Oh, shrink it out for the rogue. Maybe looking for a vanish. No vanish available. Maybe a meld. Does he have a stun? Does he have a way to break the dots? No, he's going to be full dots out for Saya. I'm trying to see if he can potentially get some damage on Shakira, but he's not going for it. Shakira is not attacking him, so it's going to be potentially... Yep, regenerating. Full quick re-heal for Saya. While I'm here. Take a look. Is that the Legion set, right? Is the honor set for Legion? Is that the mark you're last to look at? Why you look so like flattened out? Is that how flat undead are normally? I feel like the character's extra stretched out. Like something went wrong. I'm gonna take a look at it when he's not fully like looking like Mr. Fantastical on the floor over there. Shakira may potentially be looking for a karma. That is gonna be reverse karma. Saya could just bubble it to end this right here, I think. But he's just gonna play super save. 4 out for Shakira. He's gonna wait until he's got him some perfect immunity. Celestial Conduit right after. Maybe a good situation for Bubble. Does it a bubbling. Slice of Winds out for Shakira. Damage out for Saya. As soon as the immunity fills up, maybe you'll have a chance here. Do you have ADCC? Stunned by Saya. Do you get a diffuse in between? But it doesn't matter. That diffuse, 6% damage reduction. Saya ignores it like it's nothing. Leo picking up 3, by the way, and so is Rick. Damn. Oh, I didn't realize you got 3 there, Leo. I didn't realize you got 3. I thought you only got 2 for some reason. I guess somebody had to take down Rick, though, right? Somebody had to Rick out. Let's get another one going.